Alright, next we're going to tie a real simple bonefish fly called a gotcha. And it's not all that different than a lot of other basic bonefish flies like a Crazy Charlie. You can take this just about anywhere you'd go and fish for bonefish and do very well with it. It's also very easy to tweak the colors if you want to, but we're going to tie the traditional gotcha. First thing I did is just attach the thread a little ways back from the eye of the hook. Next we're going to put on some lead dumbbell eyes. You can also use bead chain for a lighter version. The hook is a 1/0 Gamakatsu SC15. It's about a size 2 in size. I'm just going to start by doing a figure 8 around those lead eyes. A couple to get it started. Next we're going to put on a bead of Zap-A-Gap. And then we're going to go up and over, just starting out with not a lot of pressure and then progressively getting a little bit tighter as we secure those eyes. And once you build it up a little bit, next I'm going to go just around the eyes like so. And I'm going to make those wraps that I made a little bit tighter. And with a couple of wraps and that Zap-A-Gap, you can really secure those eyes down to where once that glue dries, it's very difficult to turn them. It's a great method for tying any kind of lead eye or dumbbell eye in. Next we're going to take just some pearl Flashabou, maybe 8 strands of it or so, and maybe about 2 shank lengths, and just run that down all the way to the barb of the hook where it starts to bend. Don't need to build up a ton of thread there. Next we're going to take some sparkle braid, just some pearl sparkle braid, or if you want to get crazy with the colors, you certainly can tie any color you want. Move my thread back up towards the eye and tie in a length of that sparkle braid. Wind that all the way down quickly. Doesn't need to be pretty, we're going to cover it all up. And then just a little bit of Zap-A-Gap. Don't go too much. And then we're going to wrap that sparkle braid over top of that wet Zap-A-Gap, and when it dries, it'll be one of the most durable things you can do to a fly. Wind that sparkle braid right up to the dumbbell eyes and just tie it off there. Trim the excess. Move my thread right up to the eye of the hook. Next we're going to take some just handcraft fur and put a wing on this fly. And maybe pull out some of the real short stuff. Pull out the long stuff and maybe stack it a little bit. About like that. Next I'm going to trim it all nice and clean. Nice and flat, nice and neat. And with a little bit of practice, you can line up that nice clean cut right with the eye of the hook, right about there, and then just loose wrap, just gather it all up. A couple of loose wraps to get it started getting progressively tighter. And then just maybe build up a little bit of a head, not much, you don't need much. quick whip finish, and we're done. Use a little bit of Zap-A-Gap to finish off that head. And you got a real simple, very quick, very effective bonefish fly.